Hello guys, welcome to the Have a Lab today. My name is Babatunde Arolo, and today we're going to be talking about power rules with positive exponents, which deals with multivariable quotients. So a brief introduction to this. What this means is basically we're going to be dealing with exponents, right? And exponent basically means power. So let's say for example we have 3 to the power 3. This 3 is called the exponent. This power here, it's called the exponent. And it can be anything. It can be a number or a variable that you're asked to find. It can actually be anything. But in this case we're gonna have to simplify a particular equation given to us based on parentheses. All right, so what's okay? Let's take a look at this question. Let's take a look at this question. This question tells us to simplify y squared over minus 2x to the power 4 all raised to the power 5. So one simple trick that I want to do when working with all this kind of question is I want to treat each variable or numbers like they're separate. So let's look down here first. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to treat minus 2 separate from x to the power 4. So I'm going to say instead of y squared over minus 2x to the power 4 or to 5, all I'll say is y squared over minus 2 times x to the power 4 all raised to the power 5. So now you notice that everything are kind of on their own now, so kind of separated them. So that's what we're going to be doing. So that's what I want to do. So this step kind of like makes you not confused. That's what I'll say. So it makes you less confused. So let's take a look at this. This is what we're asked to simplify. And basically simplifying means to put in simplest order you can get. Simplify, as the name implies. So in order to do this, the first step is I'm going to ask myself, what is the power that is taking the whole equation, right? The power that is on top of everything as a whole. So in this case, the power that is guarding everything, the exponent that's guarding everything here, is this 5. With this 5 in terms of y squared minus 2 and x to the power 4. So let's get to it. So when we're dealing with this is basically saying y squared to the power 5 minus 2 to the power 5 x to the power 4 to the power 5. And one thing I want to say is whenever you're dealing with any variable or number that has an exponent. So let's say we have 5 squared. I'm using this as an example. Let's say we have 5 squared, right? And then this is also to the power 3 also. This means what is inside here means 5 times 5, which is 25, right? And so this is 25 to the power 3, which is equals to 25 to the power 3. That's what this means. And if you kind of simplify, if you want to find the square root of 25, in this case the square root of 25 is 5, right? So this will be 5 squared, because we have to find we have to put the square of 5 to get 25. So when we put 5 squared, that's going to give us 25, right? But this 3 also comes in handy also. We have to multiply it by the 3. Because there's an exponent inside an exponent. So whenever there's an exponent inside another exponent, basically whenever there's a power inside another power, like in this case 2 is inside 3, right? You have to multiply the exponent. So in this case, all we have to do, instead of taking all this whole step, we can just say 5 to the power 2 times 3. So we'll multiply 2 and 3 in this case, which will be equals to 5 to the power 6. And we do this because there's an exponent inside another exponent, basically. Like the bracket is kind of telling us that, okay, we're going to set everything raised to the power 5, right? And all these are exponents inside the power raised to 5. So that same approach that we used there, that's what we're going to use for each of them. So based on that, as you can see, all these here are exponents inside this raised to the power 5, right? And in order for us to simplify this, let's start with the top part first. So since we know 2 is inside of 5, we can say y to the power 2 times 5. Okay, we can do the same thing here. We can say minus 2, because this is minus 2 raised to the power 1, right? As long as minus 2 is alone, this is minus 2 raised to the power 1, and this will be 1 times 5, right? And times x to the power 4 times 5. Okay, so if you notice, I kind of put 5 into every one of the every part of the equation, basically. So that's what I did. Okay, so now what is left for us to do is that we want to basically kind of simplify the exponents. Okay, and to do that, all we have to do is just multiply. Okay, so we're already given this stuff here to multiply. So this equals y to the power 2 times 5, that's a 10, right? So this is y to the power 10 divided by minus 2 to the power 1 times 3. 1 times 5, sorry, not 3. 1 times 5 equals a 5, right? So this equals a 5 here. And then times x to the power 4 times 5 equals what? That's a 20, right? So this equals 20. Okay, so we got y raised to the power 10 divided by minus 2 to the power 5 times x to the power 20. Okay, so now for us to simplify this, we're basically in the process of simplifying, right? We've simplified y, we've simplified x also, because we don't know what y and x are, so we can't basically work on their exponents, right? But we know minus 2 is an actual number, and we can find the fifth exponent of minus 2, basically. So what this minus 2 raised to the power 5 means is we're going to have to multiply minus 2 5 times, okay? But the reason why we don't do it for y and x is because it still gives us the same thing, right? Because like we don't know what y and x are, and like if you multiply y times y times y times y, it's basically y to the power 10. Okay, so but the only thing we can do is we can work with minus 2, because there's a number, this is a number attached. Okay, so this is minus 2 to the power 5. So minus 2 to the power 5 will multiply minus 2 5 times. It's minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. So 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so when you multiply minus 2 times minus 2, that's a 4, right? So this times this is a 4. Okay, and 4 times a minus 2, this minus 2 here, that becomes a minus 8, right? Because same positive 4, because when minus and minus multiplies, it gives us a positive 4. And so when a positive and negative multiplies, also that gives us a negative in return. Okay, so this is a positive 4 times a negative 2, so that gives us a negative 8, right? Okay, so a negative 8 times negative 2. Remember, negative times negative is a positive, right? So this gives us plus, and then 8 times 2 is a 16, right? So this gives us a 16. So we're back again to positive times negative. That's a negative, right? So this is negative. 16 times 2 gives us what? A 32. So the final one is a minus 32. Okay, so therefore, we got y to the power 10, and now we can replace minus 32 with we're gonna replace minus 2 to the power 5 with minus 32. So this becomes minus 32 times x to the power 20. Okay, so since this is the simplified form, we can just combine these two down here. So this equals y to the power 10 over minus 32x to the power 20. Okay, so we can put this as minus y to the power 10 divided by 32x to the power 20. Okay, so let's put that in. So this is a minus y to the power 10 over 32 over 32x to the power 20. Check. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope they helped you out. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye.